Dear all, hello. Today we are going to talk about one character, a female character, Ezinema, in the novel Things Fall Apart by Achebe. The character of Ezinema begins from chapter 9 and is spread up to the chapter 12. The main issue that we shall be discussing today is to know why Ezinema is called an Ogbanji child. In Igbo culture, which child is called Ogbanji, and then why Ezinema is called an Ogbanji child. This is what we shall be discussing with reference to the character portrayal of Ezinema, one of the female child inside this novel given by Achebe. Ezinema is one of the most fascinating characters because she is shown to be having the qualities which the father of Nawai, Mr. Akankwo, the hero of this book, wanted to see in his son. But these qualities are not available in the son. More are available in this female character, Ezinema. So that is why the father is in deep love with this character. And actually, when she's very sad, when she's very upset at that time, she goes to her father. And same is the case with the father, that when father is unhappy, it is the presence of Ezinema which makes the father, Akankwo, very much happy. She is not only dear to her father, but also she is dear to her mother. Because in Igbo culture, girls are not given eggs to eat, and it is Ezinema's favorite food. So that is why the mother of Ezinema offers her eggs. Once Father Akankwo discovers that Ezinema is being given eggs, so being a champion of the traditions of his Igbo tribe, he forbids his wife to give eggs to Ezinema, but the wife of Akankwo secretly continues to give the eggs, because the eggs are the very favorite food of Ezinema. That is why there is a deep love bond between Ezinema and her mother Ikwifi. Another proof of the love bond between these two people is that Ezinema never addresses her mother as Nini, as the word Nini is used by most of the children when they want to address their mothers. But this is not the case in case of Ezinema. She doesn't say her mother to be Nini. Rather, she calls her name Ikwifi most of the time, and they live together just like two companions, just like two friends. So that is the special bonding between the mother and the daughter, and same is the case with the father, that he too is in great love with Ezinema. But there's a problem with Ezinema, that she is an Ogbanji child. Now, it's very fascinating to know who would be an Ogbanji child. We know that in the African cultures, the deaths of the children, the newborn children, are very frequent, and maybe because of certain diseases, maybe because of certain lack of food, or other reasons. But whatever the reason may be, many children die immediately after their birth, or some stillborn children may be born. So in that way, Ezinema's mother Ikwifi gave birth to 9 children before Ezinema was born. And all these 9 children, one after the other, just after living some months, sometime 11 months, 12 months, the children died. And after the death of 9 children, Ezinema is born. Now the Igbo people believe that if a child is born and that child survives as well, after the death of certain babies which are born before the child, surviving child, that child has a great danger to be put in some problem, some trouble, and the child can lose his life as well, and the child can die very soon as well, because the spirits of the dead children who are already dead, these spirits are existing somehow as the evil spirits around the mother and the newborn child. So as a result, there's a possibility that the newborn child who is trying to survive may die very soon because of the presence of such evils. Now, the priests are there, some of the wise men are there. These people will come and they will say certain magics or certain tricks, and as a result they would say that the child can be cured or it cannot be cured. Such processing continues to be there. So whatever the case may be, Ezinema is an Ogbanji child because she's born and she has survived after the death of so many, at least 9 children. So such a child who survives after the deaths of 1 child, 2 children, or whatever babies die before the birth of that child who survives is called an Ogbanji child. So in that sense, Ezinema is an Ogbanji child. And therefore she's got some special status that she has to be taken care of in such a sense that she may not die. The writer uses very fascinating words for her, that when she came as a 10th child, she survived, and she was rather determined to survive. Achebe uses these words, that she proved stronger as compared to the kind of problems or the evil spirits or the influences on her. She continued to be there. But we are more fascinated by the idea that when some child becomes an Ogben child, the religion of these people, the priests of those people, have a right on that. And that is why it is a possibility that the priestess, which is named as Chilu in this novel, she can come and she can take Ezinema for her service, for the service of the temple, or for the service of the deity. Anytime she can come and take her as well. And mother and the father of Ezinema, therefore, are mostly thinking about this and are afraid of the priestess, that she may come at any night. And one night certainly it happens. The night is really very dark, so much dark that people cannot see each other. And such a night, Chilu comes there and she lifts the child and takes her back. Chilu as a priestess, maybe weak looking, maybe having some limp in her legs as well, but she can walk and run very fast when she is performing any religious duty. And the same thing happens when she is carrying Ezinema as an Ogbedi child towards her cave, towards her temple. She is so fast that even Ikwifi cannot follow her, even Kankwo cannot follow her, and ultimately they have to give up their chase and have to wait what is the ultimate decision of Chilu regarding Ezinema. Whether she keeps Ezinema in the cave or she releases her, they are waiting for this purpose. They are almost about to return their home, and they find ultimately that the Chilu is once again carrying at her back this child and bringing her back. So in that way, Ogben's child has got a special status in the whole society as well, that the child is to be taken care of by the priest and the priestesses as well. It becomes important that way. So Ezinema, even after being such a beauty, the pearl of Africa, as she is termed in the novel, she has to be taken care of, and she has to pass through such kind of situations where she may be taking a part in the life of the people, social life of the people, and become important in the religious life of the people as well. Such is the purpose of Ezinema being an Ogbedi child. But we can also talk about Ezinema in a different light as well. For example, Nawai, in comparison to Nawai, who is the son of Akankwo, Ezinema portrays all qualities which a boy should have portrayed in that culture, in that society. For example, Ezinema is dexterous, she's skillful, she's expert, and she can talk to the people as well, and she's brave also, she's challenging also, and she's able to work in the fields as well. Now, all these qualities Akankwo was expecting in his son Nawai, but the son Nawai was not that kind of boy who should be declared to be a true boy according to that culture, according to that society. Who should be brave, who should be skillful, should be able to grow yams as well. All of these things were not available in Nawai. More he was interested in those things and arts which possibly in Igbo society girls are more interested. For example, it may be singing, dancing, it may be just playing out, it may be just wasting time, and just may be afraid of certain things in that society, not brave like Akankwo. So in that way, whatever boyish qualities should have been present in Nawai are shown and depicted by this girl who's called Ezinema, and that is why she becomes 100% favorite of Akankwo in comparison to the love which Akankwo feels for Nawai. He has been almost disappointed of Nawai, but he's got so many expectations out of Ezinema. So therefore, concluding remark is that Ezinema is a beautiful child according to that Igbo society, and she is an Ogbeni child because she's born after the death of so many children, 9 children, and she's so lovely and dear to the parents that not only the mother loves her, but also the father loves, but also, above all, religion also loves her, society also loves her, that she's an Ogbeni child. So she's got certain religious influences on her. Right now, we are not talking about the religion and its effects, whatever they had in those societies. Well, let us throw some light with regard to the post-colonialism or post-colonial theory as well. Now you can see here that one person who's a girl, and in the societies like Igbo people, the girl may be someone as is the status of a colonized person in a society which is colonized society, and as a result the men would be the colonizers. But what we are seeing here, that Ezinema, even after being a woman, a girl, a colonized person, goes to depict those qualities which actually a colonizer should have shown. So, in the post-colonial context, a colonized person, when we say that the empire is riding back, when we say that the empire now is talking back to the master, Ezinema is depicting the similar type of style, that she is behaving, she is depicting all those qualities which possibly a colonizer should have shown, a male should have shown, that the same qualities are being shown by a girl. So in that way, her figure becomes a representative figure of the changing situations in the postcolonial theory, changing situations of the postcolonial subject, that it is gaining the same status as any colonizing person or colonizer might have obtained. So in that way, the character is really very important, really fascinating, and should be talked about with reference to 3-4 things. But more so, she is a portrayal of the female life in that society, and she is a portrayal of the kind of diseases, kind of deaths of the children, and if the child survives, what happens, what kind of status is given to that child. So all these things are depicted through the character of Ezinema. Thank you very much for watching.